In Moscow recently, Memorial hosted a screening of my film, Mr. Jones, which exposes the worst genocide by Stalin out of the several genocides Stalin committed. The Mr. Jones screening was a powerful event of Russian and Ukrainian solidarity, which is the last thing Putin wants. Authoritarians and aspiring authoritarians depend on sowing division, turning people against each other, scapegoating enemies. Memorial, for instance, for all their human rights work, is labeled, like so many NGOs inside Russia, a foreign agent. Because clearly, if you fight for human rights in Russia and freedom of the mind, you're essentially labeled a traitor. In response to Memorial being shut down, Russian writer LYUDMILA PETRUSHEVSKAYA returned a literary award she had been given by Putin's government years ago and released this statement. Memorial is being taken away from me, the memory of those convicted and executed, of those who were thrown under a truck or who died of starvation, of those who froze to death in trucks the road from one camp to another, of those tortured, of those who were just recently beaten in the streets or in police vans or precinct stations, of those sitting in prison because of falsified cases, of thousands of such prisoners who are so dangerous to the authorities. Autocrats and aspiring autocrats want to rewrite history so they can justify carrying out the same crimes today. Mass political repression and mass death. That's what Putin is doing to Russia and in his invasion of Ukraine, and as I mentioned, propping up Assad in Syria and Maduro in Venezuela, which continues to suffer a famine, as I mentioned. So it's no wonder that Trump's Republican Party, which deliberately leveraged its power against its political opponents to worsen the pandemic crisis, furthering mass death, and violently attempted to overthrow our democracy, loves Putin so much.